In these upcoming scenes, we'll see how Dickens characterizes Pip, Miss Havisham, Estella, Mrs. Joe, and Pumblechook.
Upon reaching Mr. Pumblechook's green and seed shop, I went straight to bed. Mr. Pumblechook and I cooked breakfast at 8 o'clock in the parlor. I was hungry, but before I swallowed a morsel, he began a running sum that lasted through breakfast. When 10 o'clock came, I was more than happy and we began to get ready for Miss Havisham's. We arrived at her house, which is made of old bricks, windows that had been walled up and others were rustling barred. I knocked on Miss Havisham's door and I was told from within to enter. I entered a large room lit with candles. In an armchair, I see her leaning on her hand on the table. There sat probably one of the strangest ladies I've ever seen. She wore satins, lace, silks, and all which were in white. She had a long veil hanging from her white hair.
Who is it?
Pip, ma'am.
Pip?
Mr. Pumblechook's boy, ma'am. Come to play?
Come closer. Let me see you. Are you afraid of a woman who hasn't seen the sun since you were born?
I regret to say that I was not afraid of lying.
No.
Do you know what I touch here?
Yes, ma'am.
What do I touch?
Your heart.
Broken. I am tired. I sometimes have sick fancies, and I have a sick fancy that I want to see some play. Play. Are you sullen and obstinate?
No, see, I am very sorry. I just can't play right now.
Well, if you complain about me, I'll get in trouble with my sister.
So new to him, so old to me. So strange to him, so familiar to me. So say it to both of us. Call Estella at the door.
What do you play?
Nothing but beggar, my neighbor.
Beggar him. You say nothing of her. She says many things of you, and you say nothing of her?
I don't want to say.
Tell me in my ear.
Well, I think she's very insulting.
Anything else?
I think she's very pretty.
Anything else?
I think she's very proud.
Anything else?
I think I should go home now.
Go home even though she was so pretty?
I think I want to see her again, but I also think I should go home now.
Yes, you should go home. Play the game out. Come back in 6 days, okay?
Okay, man.
Wait here, I'll be right back. Here's some bread.
Now we're going to see how Dickens portrays irony in these scenes. I think I should leave now.
Why don't you just cry?
Because I don't want to.
Dude, you've been crying since you were half fun and you're about to cry now.
Pip, how was Miss Havisham's? Was she nice? What'd you do?
Fine.
Well, boy, how'd you get to town?
Pretty well.
Pretty well. Pretty well's not an answer. Tell me what you mean by pretty well.
In this scene, we see how Dickens uses conflict.
Miss Joe gets very angry.
No need to lose your temper. Leave this lad to me. Boy, what was Miss Havisham's like?
Very tall and dark.
Is she, Uncle?
Good. This is the way to have it. You're beginning to hold her own, I think, Mom?
I wish you always had him since you know how well to deal with him.
Pip, what'd you do there?
Well, she sat on a black velvet coach.
A black velvet coach?
Yeah, and her niece, Mrs. Stella, she handed us wine and cake on a gold plate.
Well, have you ever seen her in it?
How could I? I never see her.
Goodness, if you have spoken with her.
Why, don't you know? When I've been there, I've only been outside the door and she's spoken to me that way. Where did you play at, boy?
We played with flags.
Flags?
Yeah, I waved a blue flag, Estella waved a red flag, and Miss Havisham waved a sparkle flag all over at the coach window. And then we all waved our swords.
Very good, Pip.
Very good.
Joe joins Pip for a talk.
Hello, Pip.
Hello. Before the fire goes out, I should tell you something.
Should you, Pip? What is it, Pip?
Well, do you remember all that stuff we said about Miss Havisham's?
Yes, Pip, I remember.
Well, it's a terrible thing, but it ain't true.
What are you telling of, Pip? You don't mean...
Yes, Joe. It's all a lie.
Not all of it, right? I mean, there was no black velvet coach, but you guys played flags, right?
No, Joe, there was nothing of the kind.
Pip, old chap, this won't do. Where do you expect to go?
It's terrible, Joe, ain't it?
Terrible. Awful. What possessed you to lie?
I don't know, Joe. I felt miserable there.
There's only one thing to be sure of, Pip. Lies is lies. However they come, they don't ought to come. They come from the father of lies and work round to the sand. Don't you tell no more of 'em, Pip. That ain't the way to get out of being common, old chap.
No, I'm ignorant and backward, Joe.
Pip, listen at you with that letter and print. Even gentlefolks don't all do that.
I've learned next to nothing, Joe. You think of me so highly.
Well, Pip, you must be a common scholar. A phone you can be an uncommon one, I should hope.
Thanks, Joe. You really helped.
Anytime, old chap.
Hi, guys. I played Pip. Obviously, you can tell. I had a good time playing him and being in his shoes and seeing how he felt throughout the scene of like 7 through 9. And I got to see how Estella, Mrs. Joe, and Miss Havisham treated Pip. And I got to see how he felt. And I had a good time. So, bye!
Hi, I played Joe, and I was Mrs. Joe's husband and Pip's like mentor, and it was like I liked playing him because I got to like be there for Pip and give him advice and stuff, and I would want to be in Joe's shoes because he was a good role model for Pip. Peace.
Hey guys, it's me. I played Estella, as you could see, and it was really fun playing this character because I got to like boss around Pip, which was funny, and it was cool to be like the mean character. Okay, bye.
Hi, I was Miss Havisham, and I was Estella's like guidance to how she treated Pip. I am like mentally stuck in the past, which is why I kept my veil and my dress on, because I had a broken heart when my fiance left me at the altar, which is why I got Estella to break Pip's heart, which is like because I loved playing Miss Havisham though, because I loved being a role model for Estella. Alright. Yeah. Hi, I played Mrs. Joe, and like I basically got to see how I raised Pip up by hand and how I treated Mr. Joe and how like it was like to live with being so angry and so strict and not like being nice to Pip at all. Alright, bye.
Hey guys, I played Mr. Pummelchuck, and throughout the our skit, it was my job to set up the appointment with Miss Havisham and all. So I mean, it was fun dealing with Pip, Miss Joe, Miss Havisham, and yeah, bye.
Ready?
No need to lose your temper.
Terrible, awful, what possessed you to lie?
Wait. You've been off.
They're falling down.
Her face is so funny.
If you complain about me, I mean, I'll just get in trouble with my sister.
I am tired. I sometimes